and today we are tackling those bad habits that keep us running in circles with our limit setting. Do you ever sound like this? You've been at the park 2 hours, you've had plenty of time to play, there is no reason to cry. Please stop. You have the same amount of candy as your brother. Come on, 3 more bites and then you're all done. You can go play. If you listen to me and behave in the store, then we will get ice cream after we're done. Just let him see your game. He's not going to break it. Be nice with your sister. She's little. You don't want to hurt her, do you? I have parents write in all the time asking what they can do to change behavior because they find themselves getting angry or in never-ending cycles of bargaining, convincing, and persuading their kids. And often they're also talking way too much, which usually results in more crying and frustration and anger for everybody. But how do I get them to do it? Whatever it may be. I know that's what you want to know. I want to remind you that you want to shift your focus from how do I make my kids do XYZ, and instead, first, breathe in, connect with yourself, and then ask, how can I understand this communication? What message is being sent to me through this action? Now, there are certainly situations where negotiating and other left brain solutions may be helpful, especially when the conflict calls for challenging your child's complex thinking skills, and perhaps then a lesson in flexibility is at hand. But when the limit is not up for debate, your greatest challenge is to resist pleading your case. Usually kids put up a fight because we let them know through our insistence on arguing or persuading or convincing, legitimizing, that the situation is open for examining. When we continue to argue or legitimize or defend our position, or try to move our kids into acceptance by using our emotions to control the situation, then we tell our kids, I'm not sure how I want to handle this situation, or even, I'm not sure I can handle this situation. And then you activate the fear alarm in you and your kids. Sometimes setting the limit and then refusing to engage in the discussion while remaining compassionate is the toughest part. So let's look at some emotionally responsive alternatives that you can use instead. First, legitimizing becomes permitting your child to have his own perspective. Sometimes you just need to stop talking. Instead of building walls by reinterpreting your child's frustration or dismissing it with how logical your limit is, just let your child have his perspective without interfering, without rebutting. Instead of, you've had plenty of time to play, we've been here 2 hours already, just acknowledge. You wish it wasn't time to go home. You don't want the playtime to end. Or instead of, I said the cookies have to cook first, you can't eat them raw, be patient. Try something like, you must be really looking forward to those snacks. I can tell you can't wait for them to be finished. Don't worry, I'll let you know. There's a timer that will tell us when they're ready. Next, negotiating becomes next choice. Offering a choice or alternative, one that acknowledges your child's point of view, lets him know that you're tolerant, flexible, and connected while sharing those limits that you are going to adhere to. So instead of 2 more bites and then you can go play, try something like, dinner isn't over yet, would you like to finish your peas or your pasta first? Or instead of negotiating behaviors by rewarding your child for behaviors that are expected, try supporting your child with choice. Instead of, we will get ice cream as soon as we're done shopping if you listen to me in the store, try something like, I'm going to be in the store for 15 minutes. I know that you get bored, so I will try to be quick, and you can help me by telling me, would you prefer to sit in the cart or hold my hand until we finish shopping? Now you've acknowledged the challenge for your child and give him choices that will help him work with you instead of work for you. And finally, coaxing becomes coaching. Acknowledge frustration while maintaining a calm and guiding presence, and assure your child that you're all going to make it through, even though it feels bad right now. And you do this simply by listening and reflecting as you coach your child through emotionally challenging situations. Instead of, just let him play, can't you be nice? Try something like, you're worried that he'll break it if you let him touch it. I understand that. How can you be sure that it's protected while he has a look? Or instead of, just be nice to your sister, try something like, you got mad, she hurt your feelings, you didn't like that. What did you really want to tell her? We've got to start giving our kids the language to express what they need and how they feel without using power or emotions to dominate others. And if we want to do that, we have to get really good at communicating our limits without blame, shame, judgment, or guilt. Kids are not always going to like doing what they need to, and they may even resist, and they may not be happy about it, and they may show it in aggressive ways. This doesn't mean that they're not going to learn lessons. It just means that they need some support while they learn to accept what is. So our focus needs to remain on supporting them through their feelings, showing them that we hear them and that we're not going to criticize or blame them for having different ideas or making bad choices, but that will actually help them find better ways. Now, this does not mean that we agree with behaviors that we should coddle or coax our children into changing, but we let our kids know that they're heard, that we understand or don't understand what is driving behavior. Reflecting that understanding in our communication, that's a skill that takes practice, especially if you were not regularly listened to as a child. But if you can transform your legitimizing, negotiating, and coaxing and trade them in for the permission to feel, giving choice, and coaching your children through emotion, then you will have transformed some of the most destructive habits that hold you back from seeing real change in your kids. Alright, that was my teachable moment for you. I hope that you are feeling like you have some choices now for staying connected but calm. And I would love to know, what is your biggest, baddest habit that you want to replace? Leave me a note in the comment and share your stories, because you never know when your stories might just inspire someone else towards the change that they were looking for. Now, did you like this video? Because if so, I would be so grateful if you would share it on your favorite social media site or in an email with friends or family, because when you share the love spreads. Thank you so much for watching, and if you want more video trainings like this, be sure to visit me over at my website at teachthroughlove.com, because when you subscribe for updates, I will send you a free webinar to help you create healthy, intimate relationships and create long-term change. Until next time, please remember, it's about consciousness, not perfection.